What's up, guys? Welcome back to another book review of Generation X. This one being Volume 2, EMPLATE'S Revenge, covering 1994 to 1997. Where to begin? Okay, so it's getting better. I'm actually enjoying Generation X a whole lot more than I expected. Of course, thanks to Scott Lobdell's, dare I say, immaculate writing. Maybe not immaculate, but it's pretty good. At least he captures the nuance of kids in love, dealing with their powers and their maturity and their puberty. And my little poodle here, just petting her. And, doing what young mutants do, falling in and out of love and dealing with their powers in a world that fears and hates them, yada, yada. But let's get to it. So a lot of the stories I should say, not a lot of stories. Let me rewind that. The main story here is we've discovered the secret of Monet being the sister of EMPLATE, who is like the major villain. He's like the Magneto. Like Magneto is to the X-Men, EMPLATE is to Generation X. And she is his sister, and I think also Penance is also related to them. And EMPLATE has now returned to wreak havoc in their lives, and at the same time, hence the cover here from Generation X 16, in case y'all weren't aware, he takes possession of Sync. And so Sync goes back to St. Louis to kill his family because EMPLATE hates family, and Generation X have to help Everett, that's his name, Everett, get out of that headspace of EMPLATE's possession. And they do, of course. But we learn a little bit about Everett and his family. It's interesting, like his parents or foster parents of other kids, and he's like a good guy. He's actually a decent kid, not of the streets, just from St. Louis, Missouri, and what can you say? But I'm still not sure of his powers though. His sinking powers. I think is he like the most powerful member of the team, or is it Mondo, or is it M? Monet, like another one. Like she's just another one. I'm not sure of. I don't really dig her story. One minute she's cool, the next minute she's sassy against Jubilee, who I cannot stand. Oh God, I just cannot stand Jubilee, and just want to slap her. But I don't know who's more annoying or who gets on my nerves more, Monet or Jubilee. I think Jubilee. And then through this, because it takes place between 94 and 97, the Onslaught incident has happened. So now Franklin Richards, interestingly enough, has come to live with Generation X. They're like, Nathaniel Richards is like, here's my grandson. I'm going to the future. See ya. Take care of him, or I'll kill you. That's what he said to Banshee. Like he's like, oh, you're gonna take care of him, all right, or I'll come back and kill you. And Sean's like, dude, you don't have to threaten me. We'll take care of him. So it's pretty interesting. Just like Franklin Richards of the Fantastic Four, who, Generation X, Fantastic Four didn't really have a connection, but now they've created this connection, which I really like. Another new connection in this was Nightmare, who's usually who fights with Doctor Strange, seems to know Emma, the White Queen. And he's like asking her, hey, can you help me with this problem I have? And she's like, yeah, right, you don't have this problem. You can handle it yourself. Fuck off. But he's like, oh, but okay. Something's going to happen, though, in the future, and you're going to see. And she's like, you're supposed to not play with my nightmares. But he's like, yeah, it's not a nightmare. This is actually something that's going to happen, so be prepared. And something like big seems to be brewing in the background. Bastion, for example, Bastion's in the background planning stuff against Generation X. And again, I love it because it's like, I know about Bastion, I know about Operation Zero Tolerance, but I only saw it from the X-Men's point of view, from X-Men and Uncanny X-Men. Never knew about anything from Generation X or X-Factor or X-Force or Excalibur until I read them, finally. So this is like a unique opportunity to see the behind the scenes stuff. And right now, just Bastion's just gathering intel on Generation X, Banshee, Monet, Emma Frost. So it's like, ooh, And I think he's going to capture them. I don't know. We'll see in Volume 3. which I brought, by the way. So I'm excited about that. What else? They do a lot of celebrating of the holidays, like issue 22 had them celebrating Halloween, where they go to the Rutland, Vermont annual Halloween parade. Artie, Leach, Franklin, it's good. The kids being kids. And Paige is in love with Jonathan Starsmore, Chamber, but he's messed up. He's just kind of, I'm a freak. Nobody likes me. And why are you with me? And he's just got those insecurities. Apparently Skin may or may not be Angelo Espinoza. So he and Chamber take a road trip out to LA, and they run into Howard the Duck. Yeah, Howard the Duck gives them a ride, and they go on an adventure. Actually, it was pretty good. That was issue 20 in issue 20. They pick Howard the Duck picks them up, and then 21 they go on the road trip. Issue 20 is also where Franklin is deposited to Generation X, and Artie, Leach, and Franklin find this witch, they think, but it's actually an alien named Tana Nile. But Howard the Duck helps them get to LA, and there was no real conclusion. I didn't understand this. They go find this person named Torres, who it turns out is a chick. It looks like it's Torres because they spelled it with one R, but I think it was Torres. And I don't know. There was no real conclusion. There was no real... Skin fights Executioner, who goes after them in issue 17? Issue 17. Issue 18 is the stories are becoming very unique, let's say. If Excalibur dealt with the fantastic and the weird, I'd say Generation X is dealing with that times two. Some of the stories, again, are a little, not off-putting, but they're just odd, to say the least. Which I guess it's to make them stand out from the other X titles, which I have nothing against, but I don't know. Again, this dude Chris Picciolo, his artwork, his pencils are just bonkers. But I like Scott Lobdell's writing, his plotting, and Todd DeZago also, or DeZago, I don't know how it's pronounced. He helps with the plot. I met him actually once at Comic-Con, Crappy Con. What else? Oh yeah, then issue 22 is a Thanksgiving issue, a Thanksgiving Eve, where they determine, thanks to Beast makes a guest appearance, that Monet is actually autistic. So that's probably why she's the way she is, autistic. And she doesn't like it. She's like, I don't want to go to the doctors. I don't want to be poked and prodded and bothered with, because that's what my dad did when he found out about my mutation, all that stuff. And then we have we have the annuals 95, 96 of Generation X. We have an Incredible Hulk annual 97, which has Artie and Leach fighting the Hulk to stop giving Franklin nightmares. It was a cute little story. Hulk had his little moments there, like, I'm not a monster, even though I look like one. Generation X 96 was an annual that it was kind of like a Nashville, a Robert Altman-esque kind of story, where it was Generation X dealing with Fenris, but also everyday people. And that was the title too, Everyday People of New York dealing with their mundane lives. There was also Annual 95. Oh yeah, Cordelia Frost, Emma Frost's sister, brings Mondo, I forgot to mention, now joins the team. He's a Samoan mutant who can, turn into concrete. I don't understand his power, because they seem to make him the most powerful mutant in the team. But all he does is he can blend in with material, like walls made out of concrete. He can blend in, but Sync could absorb that power. He has a biokinetic aura sphere, and he can take people's powers. I don't know. I mean, during the whole EMPLATE possession thing, he seemed to be the most powerful mutant on the team. I don't know. But so now we have Mondo on the team. We have EMPLATE. EMPLATE. What? EMPLATE's the villain. Excuse me. We have Penance, who just does nothing. They still haven't figured out Penance. Skin, Chamber, Husk, Jubilee. But I'm hoping the next volume will be even better. That's The Secret of M, Volume 3. It's in my backpack right here. But that's what I'm going to be reading next. So yeah, guys, this was Generation X 10 to 23, Annuals 95, 96, and Incredible Hulk 97, and also the San Diego preview, which technically was the first Generation X story, but it took place between issues 11 and 12. I don't know, whatever. All right, guys, that's about it. 2 more volumes to go, and then we can get on to God Loves, Man Kills, which I cannot wait. But I'm not going to phone it in, guys. I'm going to enjoy and read the rest of Generation X, and I'll get back with you in a couple days, guys. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next time.